Grand Rising, and welcome to Early Bird Tea with your girl Rachel Listens, and I'm here to deliver our motivation devotional. I hope you're ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? We're on day 5 of leadership and personal development. Leadership and personal development. Okay. Let's get into it. Today's title is Dependence on God. Jeremiah draws a sharp contrast between those who depend on human strength and those who depend on the living God. He makes it clear that we cannot look to both as our supreme basis of truth. We will either put our hope in the promises and power of people, or we will look beyond human capability to the person and promises of God. It ain't said nothing wrong yet. When we make people the basis of our confidence, we experience rejection and disappointment again and again and again and again and again and again and again. But when God becomes the ultimate source of our confidence, we are never let down. Habakkuk learned that the righteous person will live by his faithfulness. Habakkuk 2:4. And he was not talking about faith in others. Fear of men will prove to be a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is kept safe. Proverbs 29:25. Those who put more confidence in themselves or in other people or in your job or in your circumstance or in the fact that you're in a relationship or in the fact that, you got it better than somebody else. All of those things. I've added a lot of those. It just says other people. But we need to just multiply it and allow it to work for other things as well. Just those who put more confidence in themselves or in other, things than in God will find bitterness and disappointment in the end. I gotta pause for the cause because so many people will fight themselves for a job, will fight for a job, will fight for to be in a relationship, will fight for this, will fight for that. But inevitably they'll lose themselves and they'll lose their faith by doing so, because if you're not trusting in God and trusting in idols, then you are not tapping into what God has to offer you. So you don't want to lose yourself. You don't want to put all this energy into somewhere that is never going to be able to put that much energy back into you. And I speak from experience. I've been that person, okay? They may appear to prosper for a season, but the journey will not get them to their desired goals. But those who transfer their trust from themselves or the promises of others to the Lord discover that their lives are deeply rooted in well-watered soil. Well-watered soil. You don't want to be in dry soil. You don't want to be rooted in the desert. You don't want to be rooted on unsolid ground. You don't want to have a foundation that can't hold up where God is taking you and where you're being led in life. The Lord declares that those who honor me, I will honor, but those who despise me will be disdained. 1 Samuel 2:30. In what area of your life, business, finances, health, family, are you depending more on yourself and others than on God? If I were to answer this, I wouldn't really know, because I'm in a season of dryness, and currently, God knows I'm stubborn. So when it comes to dealing with me, he has to put me in certain circumstances that he is the only answer to my problems. So that's what I'm in the middle right now. There's no possible way I could possibly try to work in my own strength. And that's because he knows me, he loves me, and I trust in him. So it's okay when he puts me in that position. I'm okay with that. Okay? The recommended reading is Jeremiah 17:5-8. And it says, "This is what the Lord says. Cursed is the one who trusts in man, who draws strength from mere flesh, and whose heart turns away from the Lord. That person will be like a bush in the wastelands. They will not see prosperity when it comes. They will dwell in the parched places of the desert." Dwell in the parched places. You don't want to dwell in the parched. You don't want to be dry. Who wants to be dry? "In a salt land where no one lives." Ooh, and you'll feel alone. And that does happen. When you're working in your own strength and not working with God, you tend to feel lonely a lot more. You tend to feel like you're by yourself. And I can attest to this because when I was working in my own strengths, that's the time that I felt the loneliest. I felt lost. I felt like nobody else is going through what I'm going through. But as soon as I turned and I put my gaze on Jesus and on God, everything else started to work in my favor and I felt less alone. "But blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. They will be like a tree planted by the water that sends out its roots by the stream. It does not fear when heat comes. Its leaves are always green. It has no worries in a year of drought and never fails to be bare of fruits." I just want to testify. Ooh, that's really how I feel. That's how I feel. But, I'll save that for another YouTube video. Go check it out. Anyway, it'll be unfair not to share. I love you. That's all I have to say today. It delivered. It delivered well, and I don't want to, tamper with it. That's just on that. That's on period. So I will see you tomorrow. I love you. I care for you. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for showing up for me. And do some self-care on this beautiful Friday, Take some time to yourself, do something that'll make you feel good, dance or something that'll just make you feel like love on yourself. Love on yourself. You deserve it. You are worthy and you deserve abundance. Abundance in joy, abundance in love, abundance in prosperity, abundance in everything that the Lord has to offer you. Tap into that. Receive it. Take it. Because if you don't, somebody else will. But thank God we serve a good God who has enough for all of us. Anywho, toodles. Bye. I love you.